What is going on? Why are you waking me? I had a very long night. It's very cold down here. I had a long business meeting last night. Please excuse the fact that I'm wrapped up in paper, but the only reason why I'm wrapped up in paper is because it is a little bit cold down here. May I ask, what is this? Is this my fan mail that I've been waiting for a very long time? Is that correct? Let me go and open my fan mail for 1 second. Oh! Someone really put effort in it. I got even a voucher for some optical laser eye surgery treatment. And that comes from Lisa in Canada. Hello Lisa. I greet you wherever you are in Canada. Lisa in Canada is asking me, dear Mr. Marcel from Marcel Performance, I really love your program. Thank you Lisa, I love you too. I think you're a great guy, a little bit nuts sometimes. I know sometimes you have to be crazy, that's part of life. You're asking me about Supercar Blondie. Lisa, is that correct? You mean the blonde one, the hot one from Australia, who travels around the world to do some boring videos? Not as exciting as me, not as committed as me. You see me, I'm wrapped up in paper to keep warm and everything, to strengthen myself. So, you're asking me to do a review on Supercar Blondie. Lisa, I will do that in 1 second. 1 second, Lisa. Let me open another letter from one of my other fans. And 1 second. And it comes from 1 second please. Darren! Whee! Darren in the Republic of Ireland. I greet the Republic of Ireland. I love the Republic of Ireland. According to this, it says, dear Sir Mr. Performance, dear Master Performance. Oh, you had some writing problem. Don't worry. We all make mistakes. Master Performance, you're an amazing guy and everything. We like you. But there's only one problem. You never take on one of your female opponents. Are you scared of the girls, or you want to avoid being called a sexist person or an anti-feminist? Listen, Darren, in the Republic of Ireland, listen to me. I'm not an anti-feminist, I'm not an anti-sexist or a sexist person or whatever. The reason why I haven't talked about Supercar Blondie so much and more about Mr. Shmi 150 in the UK is because obviously I didn't want to offend my female opponent. I felt like maybe it's not good. You're always going to go for the main guys, which is like Shmi 150 or JWW and Salomon, but Salomon at the moment is on a break because his car is still on fire. I think the police is still trying to figure out what the car went on fire. I tell you, a secret, guys, it's still burning in Los Angeles. It's still burning in Los Angeles. You know why? The fire brigade extinguished the fire, but the engine fire came back. It came back all of a sudden. Darren, 1 second. I will look after you. I want to open another letter because obviously I've got so many fans. I can't let them down. I can't just prioritize. 1 second, please. Oh, it's from Australia. It traveled halfway around the world. It's from a place called Sydney, the capital of Australia. I greet Australia. Australia warmer than my basement, but my basement is my place of personality, my place of thinking, you know. Dear Marcel, thank you. What is the name of the girl? Julie Carpenter. Oh, thank you, Julie Carpenter. Dear Mr. Performance. Or Mr. Performante. Sometimes I'm Mr. Performante, sometimes I'm Mr. Performance. Maybe I'm Mr. X, Y, Z and everything at the same time. Listen to this listen guys what this person is saying. We like to know in Australia, why are you not talking enough about our continent? We are a major continent, we have warm climate, we have got car-loving people as well, we have got brands like Holden. I know about Holden, it's now closed down and now it's a rebranded Chevrolet brand. I know that, they're importing our Chevrolet from America and from Korea and sell them as Australian cars, which is amazing. But listen to this, guys. On page number 2, it continues. What a love letter I'm receiving from her. On page number 2, it's saying following thing. Mr. Performante, the problem that I see is following. We have in Australia a lady called Supercar Blondie, but she's not resident in Australia anymore. She's now resident somewhere in the Middle East. Oh! I know she's from Melbourne. Her name is Alexandra, actually. Alexandra, but she's known as Supercar Blondie. Basically, the blonde one with the supercars. But sometimes her supercars are as boring as my washing machine. You see? She's only talking about GLC and a few Ferraris and a few Lambos. My friend Mr. Brown has got 7 Lamborghinis. I've got 4 Lamborghinis. We've got 11 Lamborghinis between us. What is this? It's the boring same stuff. It's like talking about Budweiser beer in America, talking about Budweiser beer in Australia and everything. It's the same sort of shit. It's the same sort of shit because you know why? It's the old same recipe. It's just only marketed differently with the GB sticker and Australia sticker and the Canada sticker and everything. But I'll tell you something. What is keeping me warm at the moment is this special paper that I got. This is special thermal paper. You can't get that anywhere. I'm putting it onto my body to keep myself warm and protect myself, especially after long nights at work and everything. You need to make sure your body is kept at the right temperature. So I would like to say a few things to Australia. Yes, I'm aware of Supercar Blondie and the work she does is a very special work. And if this letter contains any more information about Supercar Blondie, I'm gonna go nuts now. One second, Mr. Brown. Now I'm getting absolutely nuts. Oh my god! It mentions something like Supercar Blondie again. You guess what where this letter is coming from? It's coming from a guy called Duffin, J. Duffin. And guess where he's from? Glasgow in Scotland. You know, this is the UK and Scotland is at the top. Scotland is at the top. Okay, Jay Duffin is asking, Dear Mr. Performante, thank you for calling me Mr. Performante, but that refers only to one of my Lamborghinis. I've got Aventadors, I've got Super Veloce, Jota even, I've got so many Lamborghinis I don't know what to do with them. He says, Dear Mr. Performante, I think you talked a lot about your competitor Mr. Schmee 150. Why don't you just start talking about a female competitor? Are there any female competitors out there? I think yes, there is one, Supercar Blondie. That's my only female competitor in the world. The rest is all male dominated. Unfortunately, it's male dominated. I didn't create this industry. This industry is, maybe some girls are a little bit shy of doing this. So I would like to criticize my opponent's Supercar Blondie. 1 second. Let me go to my chair of philosophy. My chair of philosophy. This is my chair of philosophy where I keep one of my magazines which talks about cars. For example, did you know this is the new 911? Actually, it's called 911 992 series. And Supercar Blondie hasn't been talking about that. You know what the thing is? Supercar Blondie doesn't even talk about the Aston Martin Valkyrie. Look at this 6.5 litre V12, 1,000 horsepower. Is Supercar Blondie lost or somewhere? Supercar Blondie should be talking about up-to-date debates, up-to-date things. Like, for example, Rosie. Look at Rosie, she can't talk at the moment. She is a little bit out of business at the moment. Maybe Rosie has got a cold or something. And let me put my magazine here. And I would like to check out Supercar Blondie in my thermal protective clothes. This is special clothes. This was especially made for me by a designer. I have a designer in London who charged me £5,000 for this special dress. Because this is basically made from paper, but it is thermoactive. You know what that means? It means it keeps my body heat inside. Apparently it helps me with the breathing and that relaxes me or something. How can I say? Mr. Brown is trying to get me into drinking more water. He's getting me into yoga. But Mr. Brown couldn't get me into the new breathing exercise regime, which is this. This is helping me to breathe. Look at it. I breathe fresh air now. My lungs are breathing fresh air. This is supporting my breathing system. So 1 second, let me open up Supercar Blondie. What is Supercar Blondie? Oh, she's blonde. Of course she's blonde. That's why she called Supercar Blondie.
What's up? It's Supercar Blondie. I'm here in Dubai.
Yes. Yes.
Hotel. I'm getting one of the most unique cars.
Wait 1 second. She's getting something special.
Yeah.
1 second, guys. There's a certain supercar she's looking at, and it's still hidden away in the truck. But maybe it's coming out now. Maybe it's coming out. Maybe she's waiting for heaven to open. Oh, heaven, Supercar Blondie. 1 second. I'm gonna solve this for her. Oh, my Mr. Brown, my protective underwear is coming out. My protective clothes. This is the clothes of kings. Kings used to have things made for them. Kings. You know, kings and sheikhs used to wear dresses like this. You see, kings, only kings. Well, things like that. I know what it is. I know what it is. It is a double 16. Is that a true double 16? It's a double 16. But I think it's only a basic one. You know the basic one has got like 1500 brake horsepower, 2000 brake horsepower. It's not the top of the range one. They claim the top of the range one will have like 5000 horsepower. 5000 horsepower! From where? My boxer shorts might have 5000 horsepower. Don't you think? Rosie has got 5000 horsepower. Rosie has got that 2000 brake horsepower because she can't talk. And she lost that.
To drive the Devil 16.
She's the first person in the world she's going to drive a double 16.
Very first. I can't believe it.
Mm-hmm. So my dear colleagues around the world and my dear fans, first of all, thank you for the mail again. I would like to address the issue of the double 16. The double 16 is a Middle Eastern finance project focusing on a new design, new unique supercar. Basically, the new generation of supercar, the double 16, is a supercar with 5000 brake horsepower. The idea is to have a car that never existed before. Never existed before. Basically, the problem is you don't see anything like that. It's basically like an 8-liter engine, American made, then shipped to the Middle East to be assembled. It's got a W16 engine, basically. It's two V8s combined. Basically, it's two V's making a W. You see? This is how it looks like. V and V. V plus V equals W. If you have if you think about school. And this engine is apparently going to produce 5000 horsepower. 5000 horsepower. But Supercar Blondie tested it, and Supercar Blondie found out it's very difficult to drive. Supercar Blondie, listen to me. If you're in a car business, you need to learn how to drive. Because otherwise other people will come along like Mr. Brown will show you how to drive. They will show you how driving actually works. You see, I'm sitting in my king chair, in my palace chair, in my chair of correspondence. From here I correspond to the world. But I wear my king dress, which is 5,000 pounds. This is 5,000 pounds. 5,000 pounds. She says this is the best supercar ever. Really. She did a review of a few Lamborghini and Ferrari collections also in Holland and everything. I wasn't very impressed. Mr. Brown wasn't very impressed. Mr. Brown said, Mr. Garni, there's no 250 GT in there. Of course there's no 250 GT. It's a 50 million pound car now. But of course there were a few Testarossas and a 599 GTO. And there were only 3 GTOs, as you know. The 288 GTO, 250 GTO, and then obviously 599 GTO. But the problem is Supercar Blondie is only focusing on the surface. She's never going deep down there. She's like someone who is not looking at the source of something, at the origin of something. She's not digging. She's just at the surface. It's like when you have a house, like I have, when you have a palace, like I have, you only do a surface clean, you don't do a deep clean. What's the point of it? If I have dirt on my shoes, I need to do a proper clean. The thing is, I expect people in the car business to go into the details. History, passion, desire, things like that. Where's the desire, guys? Where's the desire, guys? My protective clothes is even come off now. Supercar Blondie is also talking about the Bugatti. She says, the world's most expensive paint job. Come on, that's not possible. You know what the most expensive paint job ever is? It was actually made for Lamborghinis. Did you know that? There's a few Middle Eastern guys that spend like 100,000 or something on a paint job on an Aventador, which is a little bit more than the paint job on a Bugatti. I think there's only 50,000 difference. But the problem is Supercar Blondie is only saying, oh, this is the best, this is the best, this is the best. The fact is, you can get now marble body kits, you can get now porcelain body kits even for Bugattis and everything. You can make the car even better. And the thing is, the paint job on the Bugatti Divo is going to cost you $250,000. If you want the right one, guys, if you want the right one, don't just go for any paint job. Go for the proper paint job, because a proper paint job makes a big difference. Don't you think? Supercar Blondie is a little bit uneducated in that case. So, hey, are you saying something, Rosie? Oh, Rosie fell over. Okay, guys, I think I need to tell you something. I still feel a little bit whacked from all the business. I need to return into my safety cave. This is my safety cave. I paid £10,000 for this shit. but it's keeping me safe and warm, so my brain can start thinking and everything, and I'm able to do more business. So I would like to say thank you to the world and Rosie, and I'm gonna put Rosie in there as well, and we're gonna go sleep. Rosie, come Rosie. I'm gonna put you in there, you bad girl. Let's go in there. So I'm gonna retreat to my palace, which is down here, with all the family of the world and all the love, and I'm gonna go to sleep again. So, Rosie, you wanna sleep? Come here. And I'm gonna close the bag. So guys, around the world, this is Marcel Performance on a cold night. But I love you. Thank you so much for the man. Thank you so much. Good night. Hey, Rosie, sleep well.